Hey you, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tina and my aim is to improve your drawings just like others have done for me when I just started out. In today's video I want to talk a little bit about myself. It kind of feels a bit smug now that I say that out loud, but after going through some of my older videos I realized I haven't really told you about myself and I would like to change that. But before I start, I just want to express my gratitude for hitting 1K subscriber mark. It happened in the course of the last week, but before I started to celebrate, I wanted to make sure it didn't drop again. I was not expecting to hit the 1000 before the end of the year, so this is amazing. The best Christmas and New Year's gift ever. Although my wife still has a chance to beat it until 12 o'clock, but I doubt she will. Thus, I would like to thank each and every single one of you that did subscribe to my channel and who watches my videos. It really does mean the world to me. Now, when I started this journey of learning how to draw and paint, I joined many Patreon channels in the process, watched a lot of videos, and I looked up to several YouTube tutors. And I loved to get to know them a little bit better, which made it feel more personal in some way. So I hope to do the same with this video. I was born in a small town in the Dutch part of Belgium called Zottegem, which roughly translates in English as Looney Town, since the word zot in Dutch means crazy. So that's my excuse, I guess. And as a kid we moved quite a few times and we ended up near the sea where my mother owned a burger shop and a restaurant. I kinda grew up eating a hamburger pretty much every day when my mom was watching. Nowadays I don't do that anymore, but I still eat my fair share of burgers and french fries. When I left my parental house, I decided to stay close to the sea. I don't like too crowded places, so I moved to a small city just outside of the coastal city, where I can get to the ocean in a 10-minute drive. And as a kid I loved to draw and paint, and I have spent countless hours drawing things, and I wished I had kept some of these drawings to remember them by, because as I grew up I kinda lost the interest until I rediscovered it about 5 years ago. I love the feeling you get when you start with a blank paper and then turn it into an amazing work of art. Although you can drop the amazing when I just started again. I didn't go to any academy, I just loved animated movies, so I first started drawing those characters. Like the Disney movie characters, the Beast, Stitch, the Lion King, Toothless, and so on. And then one day as I was browsing YouTube, I came across a video from Kirsty Partridge. And I was like, I want to be able to do that. So I ordered me some decent colored pencils and started drawing more realistic pieces. The first medium I started working with are colored pencils, which I am glad I did because it gave me a solid foundation. A big disadvantage, and at the same time the reason why it gave me such a good foundation, is the following. There is not a lot of room for mistakes. They are quite a final medium, and as such, even though this isn't so easy in the beginning, it does propel your skills forward very fast, at least in my case. And after that I fell in love with pastels, which to this day is still my favorite medium. You are still able to work with pencils, which I find an easy tool, but everything is going so much faster. Pastel is so much softer than colored pencils that filling up the tooth of the paper is often child's play. Being able to work much faster must be the reason why I love pastels so much, because to be honest, I don't really have a lot of patience. Actually, my wife is still amazed at the fact that I can spend hours on one portrait. And to demonstrate my lack of patience, one time we were at the Lunch Garden. For those of you that don't know this is a buffet style restaurant where you grab your dinner, wait in the queue to pay it, and then seat yourself at a table with your plate. I had just finished my main course while she was still eating hers. And as she finishes her plate, she wants to grab her dessert. When I ask her, why don't you eat it on the go? This was a chocolate pudding in a glass, by the way. That's how little patience I sometimes have. Now, she did get to eat her pudding at the restaurant, although oddly, ever since, she never orders desserts anymore. Moving on from my peculiar traits, let's just move on to the next medium I tried, which is acrylics. In the beginning I needed to adjust to working with a brush, but once you get past that hurdle, I also find it an amazing medium to work with. I absolutely fell in love with the technique of glazing. And a medium, however, that isn't working for me is watercolor. Which is a shame because I find art pieces in this medium from other artists stunning. The thing with watercolor is it doesn't do what you want most of the time, at least not in my case. It kind of has its will of its own and I just haven't found out how to work with it. But every now and then I try it again, so I'm sure one day I can make it work. The biggest reason why I love to experiment with mediums is to keep me growing as an artist, and it makes sure I never get bored with one medium. And how about you? What is your favorite medium and why is this so? I would love to read about it in the comments below. As you can tell from the videos on my channel, I paint a lot of animals. I just love them. I find them beautiful, fascinating, and I think there is a whole lot we can learn from them. Now I know you have seen them before, but let me properly introduce you to my dogs. So this is Raja. She's our big Bernese mountain dog, and I say big because she's a little too big at the moment. But she's a really cute doggy. She's the cutest one of the two, I would say. Not the cutest as in the looks, but she's the sweetest. And she's scared of everything, or at least a lot of things. So she's the biggest one, but the little one kinda has the say in the house. So let me introduce you to the little one. This one here is Bailey. She's our corgi, or at least something that resembles a corgi, but she's a real little monster. Now it's better, but in the beginning she actually destroyed our couch, which wasn't that nice to come home to, but since then she's been better, and now she's a real sweetheart as well. She's a very cute one to cuddle with, and whenever I go laying in the sofa or just sleeping after I've done a really early shift, she comes lay by my side and just stays there. So that's kind of cute, right? I draw and upload videos in my spare time since I currently am working as a train conductor. I've been doing this job for the past 8 years, and even though I wish I could spend more time on my art, I can't complain about my job either. It's a decent paying job where you can work very independently, which I love. And I also have a lot of nice co-workers. In my spare time, when I'm not creating anything, I am actually quite a geek. I love animated movies, and I have an entire collection of the Disney movies out on display. For our honeymoon, we actually went to Orlando to visit all of the theme parks there. We visited SeaWorld, Busch Garden, Disney World of course, Universal Studios, and I love everything about it. Fun fact, I get nervous and a little squeamish while we wait at the queue before going in a ride, while my wife is very calm. And once we are on the ride, though, this changes. I enjoy every second of it while she is screaming her lungs out, trust me. I also love to play board games and a card game called Magic the Gathering. Mind you though, I suck at losing, although I prefer saying that I have a winning mentality. I love the world around me, and while some people just admire the view, I love to capture the essence of what I see and what I hold most dearly. I think this is the main reason why I love to draw and paint portraits of animals. I have made my fair share of animal portraits, and even though I prefer to choose the subject myself, there is something very rewarding about giving these portraits to the people who ordered them. You know, an owner loves their pet very much when they are willing to spend this kind of money on a portrait of them. And I love the fact that I am helping people who care so deeply for their furry friend. I also think this is the reason why I am not that into other art styles such as abstract art or surrealism. Although I can appreciate the effort and the skill of the artist, it's just not my cup of tea. At least not for the moment. Maybe this changes in the future, who knows. My favorite subject to draw must be big cats. I find them to be majestic, beautiful, and simply adorable, while they can be funny at the same time. They are beautiful creatures, no doubt, and they can walk and hunt so gracefully, yet at the same time they can play foolishly with toilet paper, just like our domestic cats would. Don't believe me? Check out the video below. Some of the artists I admire are the following. Kirsty Partridge, because when I started out she was a big help, and the same can be said about Amy Howard. Jason Morgan for all that he has taught me about pastel, and Patricia Otero, which I had the privilege to meet in person and follow a workshop of. She is also amazing with pastel. Carla Grace, because her work in acrylics are a true inspiration and the reason why I wanted to pick up a brush in the first place. I also love the videos from Wildlife Studios here on YouTube, and there are others, but these are the first that came to mind since they have a big influence on my growth. So if you ever want to see more videos of artworks to inspire you, definitely check out these people. Following other people's tutorials is also how I got better in drawing and painting. Like I said before, I don't have any formal training, but I believe this isn't necessary. However, everyone should choose their own path, so if this is the path you would like to take, definitely go for it. I just find the internet and all of its available tools a blessing, since I can choose what I want to learn and improve on. It's also the reason why I started my channel. Since I was drawing anyways, I figured I might as well make videos about it and hopefully help other people this way. That's also my plan for next year, to just keep uploading these videos. At the moment I'm making more videos in pastel, but I have got an itch to paint more, so could be possible that I'll be uploading more videos in this medium. And when it comes to the subjects, I think I will stick to the animals, but if you would like me to try anything else, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video about me. For me it was a fun one to end the year with, so on that note I wish you an amazing new year full of love, laughter and creativity. And I hope to see you in the next year for my new tutorial.